Thank you for joining us on Nationwide. I am Mina Daniels. We begin on a good note. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulates all the winners of the Saturday, August 16 by-elections in 16 constituencies across 12 states. In a statement, the president commends the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the hate-free elections, mostly devoid of violence. Following the results declared by INEC, the All Progressives Congress, APC, won in 12 constituencies. The All Progressives Grand Alliance, Abuja, won in 2. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, won in 1. And the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, won in 1. President Tinubu congratulates the new APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yewada, for the emphatic first victory recorded under his leadership. He also congratulates the APC governors and other leaders on the success of the by-elections, saying Chairman Nentawe Yewada has shown leadership capacity and demonstrated what is achievable when popular candidates are fielded and with unity of purpose among party leaders. President Tinubu commends all the political parties and candidates who participated in the election and enjoins them to continue to be guided by the spirit of sportsmanship, fair contest, and magnanimity, which are enablers of enduring democracy. The by-election for Okuratu State constituency, contested by 6 political parties in Kogi State, has produced Musa Hassan Yakubu of the All Progressives Congress, APC, as winner with 55,078 votes, as announced by the returning officer. Ayodele Ibibemi reports.
The Coalition Center in Egume, the returning officer of Okuratu State constituency by-election in Kogi State, Professor Emmanuel Onoja Eneche, has announced Musa Hassan Yakubu of the APC winner of the by-election.
The election was contested and the results are as follows. Musa Hassan Yakubu of APC, the total vote scored 55073. I repeat, 55073. So I wish to declare as follows that Musa Hassan Yakubu of APC, having satisfied the requirement of the law and scored the highest vote of 55072, have been declared as the winner of this election.
So far, I think Kogites, particularly the Okura people and their constituency, have been very coordinated and organized.
The election well coordinated, peaceful.
Really, actually, we observe peace, one, in the arena. I really appreciate the people of this state.
Kogi State INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner commend all stakeholders for a successful conduct of the by-election.
So generally, I think with the conduct of what we experienced today, you can see that this was very generally peaceful. We have not received any reports of damage or harm.
The vacant seat in Okuratu State constituency, Kogi State House of Assembly, will now be filled by Musa Hassan Yakubu of the APC, the winner of the by-election. Ayodele Ibibimi, NTA News.
The full utilization of Barrow Inland Port is expected to impact not just Niger State, but transcend the whole of northern Nigeria due to its multiplier effect in commerce and other sectors. The National Assembly Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on Operationalization of Barrow Port, while on an oversight visit to the facility, assured that efforts will be intensified towards its actualization. Musa Mikael reports.
Barrow Inland Port in Niger State, inaugurated for use in 2019 by late President Muhammadu Buhari, has been unutilized. Since then, even though all equipment needed for a functioning port have been installed and ready for use. The National Assembly Ad Hoc Committee on Operationalization of Barrow Inland Port alongside stakeholders involved in the port operation including NIWA and Nigerian Railway Corporation are taking an on-the-spot assessment to get first-hand information on challenges hindering its operation.
There are some major components which are supposed to make the port viable and operational that are still outstanding. You look at the access route. It's quite unfortunate that a journey of 30 minutes has taken us close to 4 hours before getting here. So we've seen everything for ourselves. We'll go back home, sit again with the major stakeholders and look at how we can come about providing solutions to the challenges.
With their assistance and everything we are doing with other stakeholders, I believe this place will become operational and it will be of benefit to Nigerians.
Years after the inauguration of Barrow Inland Port, its full potential is yet to come to fruition. It is the hope of the people that is visited by the National Assembly Ad Hoc Committee will be the needed catalyst that will bring Barrow Port to life. From Barrow, Musa Mikhail, NTA News.
The National Assembly says it is committed to delivering policies and programs that are relevant, impactful, and aligned with the needs of democratic institutions. This resonated at the graduation of Batch 5 and incoming Batch 6 internship program on legislative drafting, organized by the Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in Abuja. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
The internship program on legislative drafting commenced some years back to address the critical shortage of skilled drafters in Nigeria. So far, 5 batches have graduated with the belief in building a new generation of legislative experts that will shape the future of lawmaking in the country.
Our Batch 5 have set a commendable standard. Over the course of the program, the interns have demonstrated discipline in attendance, engagement in mentorship, and commitment in assessments. Their education and visits to the National Assembly further enrich their understanding, giving them a tangible sense of the environment in which their skills will be applied.
The interns, who are graduates from various universities across the country, were selected based on merit and will be engaged in the next 12 weeks. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Understanding the new Tax Reform Act and other key initiatives of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seen as a pathway to positioning Nigeria as a socially inclusive nation. This was the focus at the Forum on Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises in the Southeast, held in Enugu. Chika Okore reports.
To address multiple taxation and enlighten Nigerians on available grants, the Senior Special Assistant to President Bola Tinubu on Community Engagement Southeast, Mrs. Chioma Nweze, organized a forum tagged Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises for women in the zone. She noted that women are crucial to national development and progress.
President Bola Ahmed, who knows all of us very much, especially the market women, especially people that have small businesses. He does not want anybody to go hungry. He wants our business to prosper.
Once you are able to enroll in a college of education, in a university, or in a polytechnic, you do not have to be troubled about how your school fees will be paid. The government will pay your school fees. The government will pay you a monthly stipend. All you need to do is to go online and apply.
For the women, the progressive taxation principle of higher income attracting greater pay is seen as an initiative worth implementing.
It's a big encouragement to all of us to know what is on board, especially in terms of tax, and our students to know that they have the access to collect money.
With the focus of the interactive section on the new tax reform, participants are optimistic that Nigeria is marching towards prosperity. From the International Conference Center, Enugu, Chika Okore, NTA News.
Stakeholders from 10 states have met in Lokoja to find solutions to environmental challenges facing Kogi and other northern communities. The engagement is part of the collaboration between the government and the World Bank, supported agroclimatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes project. Jonathan Omajali reports.
Across Nigeria, climate change and human activities continue to threaten the environment and local communities. From flooding to land degradation, the future looks uncertain. This engagement by stakeholders from 10 states in Lokoja under the World Bank-supported agroclimatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes project, ACRESA, is designed to create a blueprint for tackling environmental concerns raised by affected communities. The program will develop strategic management plans for Sakim Poa Kaduna, Okwameda, Lokoja Niger, and Aloma Ebonyi catchments.
The essence of this assignment is for us to be able to develop a very comprehensive plan that cuts across catchment areas, water resources, land use, and environmental access for sustainability.
Speaking at the event, the governor of Kogi State, represented by the Commissioner for Environment and Ecological Management, Joseph Oluwasegun, reaffirms the state government's commitment to addressing ecological challenges.
Today's gathering is not just another item on our calendar. It is a call to action, a call to co-create solutions, to share practical knowledge, and to build consensus around a plan that will define the environmental legacy we leave behind.
ACRESA project is about long-term transformation. It is about restoring dignity to dry lands, rebalancing our ecosystems, and strengthening the resilience of millions of people across northern Nigeria.
Goodwill messages were delivered by the State Commissioner for Water Resources and Agriculture, as well as traditional rulers. In Lokoja, Jonathan Omajali, NTA News.
Relevant security agencies, including the EFCC and the courts, are aiding in the loan recovery efforts for the defunct Central Bank Anchor Borrowers Program. This follows the Maize Farmers Association's move to prosecute defaulters. Musa Baba Ali reports.
The Maize Association of Nigeria, MAN, is one of the farmer groups that actively participated in the Central Bank of Nigeria's Anchor Borrowers Program between 2018 and 2021. Under the initiative, loan facilities were provided by the Central Bank through commercial banks to produce identified crops, including maize. MAN's participation significantly increased Nigerian maize production by up to 20 million tons, making the country the largest maize producer in Africa. The challenge now is loan recovery, although a substantial portion of the loans has been recovered, according to Central Bank figures. The Maize Association states that it partners with relevant security agencies, including EFCC, to ensure loan repayment by borrowers.
On our part, we took some of the defaulters to court for the recovery of the loan amount outstanding against them, and most of those cases are still pending in courts.
It also notes that challenges such as flood, drought, and COVID-19 lockdown hindered loan recovery efforts. According to available records from the Central Bank loan recovery document, as of 2024, 311 billion naira remains outstanding out of the 1.2 trillion naira disbursed under the Anchor Borrowers Program. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Minister for Livestock Development, Idi Mokhtar Meha, says the plan of the federal government to collaborate with relevant key players to improving the livestock value chain from 32 billion to 72 billion naira will significantly boost the nation's gross domestic products. The minister was speaking at a two-day capacity development on integrated livestock commodity value chain held at the Integrated Commercial Livestock Project Center in Fufore, local government area of Adamawa State. Bilkisu Abubakar reports.
A pilot project of integrated commodity value chain put together with the Nigerian Incentive-Based Risk Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, NISAL, among other partners, to educate livestock practitioners on modern animal husbandry to improve their capacity is a step towards realizing the National Livestock Acceleration Strategy to boost contributions of the sector to the economic growth of Nigeria.
The Federal Ministry of Livestock, under this present leadership at the federal level, means business. To transform this livestock sector is not just throwing hybrid animals, exotic animals, purchases onto people. You have to develop their capacity to appreciate what they are doing.
Continue to form strong collaboration with value chain actors to grow the sector in Nigeria and Africa.
All other livestock practitioners who are also interested in training can also prepare themselves for the next phase of the training. By so doing, we can be able to gradually cover substantial number of livestock beneficiaries in Adamawa State and Nigeria at large.
150 participants were exposed to modern livestock management and production.
We have learned much in this training that when we utilize it, I think it will bring so many changes in our community.
They have been trained on how to fatten animals in just a little period of time.
Certainly, the project has encouraged the practitioners in the livestock sector to be optimistic of attracting more livestock champions, not only for actualizing the federal government agenda, but having easy access for livestock production and its business. In Yola, Bilkisu Abubakar, NTA News.
Ibado Network Center is our first port of call, and of course, Lanre Ido is standing by. Hello to you, Lanre.
And welcome to Ibadan. Farmer-herder clashes in Nigeria are persistent and escalating issues fueled by factors like climate change, competition for resources, and historical grievances. Abdulafiz Alaya reports that a professor of rural livelihoods, Sidikat Adeyemi Aderioye Abdulwahab, is advocating smart, safe, and sustainable pastoralism as veritable tool to arresting farmers-herders crisis and to guarantee food security in Nigeria. His report is here presented.
With estimated over 20 million cattle, Nigeria is said to be among countries with the largest cattle population in the world, with livestock production contributing up to 20% of the country's agricultural GDP. However, the pastoralists who are at the center of animal production, according to Professor Sidikat, are faced with myriad of socio-economic and environmental challenges occasioned by climate change. These problems have further strained the relationship between the herders and their host farmers, leading to a large-scale crisis which has claimed thousands of lives and property destruction in some parts of the country. To reverse the ugly trend, the University Don suggested a pluralistic approach that promotes peaceful coexistence.
Planting of grassland intensification, also adoption of extension agents, deployment of extension agents to help in the safe strategies, and also the climate smart practices. Intermarriages between farmers and herders because they live together for long.
The farmer-herders clash is a recurring decimal. The lecturer has identified how to provide a sustainable solution to ensure that it does not happen again.
Scarce resources, inadequacy of where the animals would graze, and so on and so forth. I think government is better placed to play a role, and our community leaders also should play their own role as well.
My daughter has come up to give Nigerians some critical recommendations that needs to be implemented.
The lecture, which was a third from the Union Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, was well attended by eminent personalities from across Nigeria and outside the country.
Candidate of People's Democratic Party, PDP, Folajimi Oyekunle, has been declared winner of the by-election in Ibadan North Federal Constituency of Oyo State. Correspondent Oyeyinka Omole, who monitored the collation and declaration of the results, has details.
Oyekunle Fola Sunday of PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
That was returning officer Professor Femi Oluwadare of the Department of Renewable Natural Resources, University of Ibadan, announcing the result of the by-election as collated by Dr. Olusegun Oke from the same institution.
The PDP candidate, Folajimi Oyekunle, scored 18,404 votes to defeat his closest rival from All Progressives Congress, APC, Olatunji Murphy, who polled 8,312 votes. The collation and the declaration of the result as brought by each ward collation officer was monitored by INEC officials, including National Commissioner Sam Olumekun. The winner is expected to occupy the vacant seat of late Olaide Akeremi of APC, who died on July 10, 2024, in the House of Representatives, Abuja, in Ibadan. Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
And those are trending reports from Ibadan this hour. Nationwide continues with Wadiam in our Maiduguri Network Center after this break. Stay with us.
You're still watching Nationwide News, and welcome to Maiduguri. Glad you could have joined us. The Borno State Police Command, through the Rapid Response Squad Social Vices Unit, has arrested over 1,500 suspects for various crimes and confiscated illicit drugs and other substances worth over 27 million naira. This was disclosed at the Strategic Stakeholders Engagement held at the Rapid Response Squad Social Vices Unit in Maiduguri. Angarjo Anagawa has details.
The Rapid Response Squad Social Vices Unit has been leading operations against drug trafficking, illegal gatherings, and youth-related offenses in partnership with other agencies. So far, 1,541 suspects have been apprehended, 32 arrested for disturbing the peace, 247 screened found clean, and released with 1,197 charged to court. Out of these, 1,134 cases have resulted in convictions, while 64 suspects were apprehended with illicit drugs and other substances valued at 27 million naira. This strategic stakeholders engagement, chaired by the Borno State Commissioner of Police, Nasiru Abdulmajid, brought together key high-level security stakeholders, including the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Nigerian Civil Defense, Nigerian Correctional Service, as well as the Nigerian Immigration Service. Commissioner for Police, Borno State Nasiru Abdulmajid praised the strong collaboration among security agencies, describing it as crucial in tackling drug abuse, social vices, and other criminal activities threatening the fragile peace in the state.
This achievement is credited not to Commander alone, but to all the team. Tackling of crime is a collective responsibility.
Security representatives at the event highlighted ongoing joint patrols, intelligence sharing, and community engagement as part of coordinated efforts to combat crime, appreciating CP Nasirus Abdulhamid and the Borno State government for their continued support. Various items seized during various operations were on display to include illicit drugs, machetes, amongst others. The joint security strategy, according to the police command, will remain a top priority in sustaining peace and security across Borno State. In Maiduguri, Angarju Anagawa, NTA News.
In a bid to enhance road safety and efficiency in the transportation system, the Borno Express Transport Corporation has conducted a second round of urine drug tests for its drivers. The tests, carried out in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, aims to identify and eliminate drivers who use drugs from the agency's fleet. Murjanata Hassan reports.
The general manager of Borno Express, Remo Zanakyaru, expressed concern over reckless driving by some drivers, attributing it to possible substance abuse. He warned that the agency will not tolerate indiscipline among drivers and that any driver found positive for drug use will be dismissed. Kyari emphasized that the management prioritizes the safety of passengers and the general public and will take all necessary measures to protect the agency's image and reputation. The urine drug test is part of the agency's effort to ensure compliance with safety standards and regulations.
It will be a collective effort, not only by the corporation. We want the citizen to give us full cooperation, information regarding the habits and the psychological balances of drivers.
The State Deputy Commandant of NDLEA, Abdullahi Sardona, commended Borno Express for taking proactive steps to curb drug use among drivers. Sardona urged drivers to desist from drug use, warning that NDLEA is committed to dealing with those involved in substance abuse.
The idea will go a long way in protecting our commuters against disastrous accidents across board.
The test will be expanded to other branches of Borno Express Transport Corporation across various states. Maiduguri, Murjanatu Hassan, NTA News.
And those are the stories from Maiduguri. It is back to Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide. Mina, it's over to you.
Thank you, Wadiam. Welcome back to Abuja. President Bola Tinubu felicitates with former military president General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida on his 84th birthday today. In a statement, the president rejoices with the family, friends and associates of the former military leader whose 8 years of rule greatly impacted Nigeria's socio-economic and political development. Celebrating General Babangida's distinguished military career, including serving as Director of Army Studies and Chief of Army Staff, among others. The President notes General Babangida's stewardship of the country, saying his military administration will be remembered for its massive investment in infrastructure, such as the Third Mainland Bridge. The former military leader also established the State Security Service, National Intelligence Agency NIA, Defense Intelligence Agency DIA, and the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC, and created states, among others. Thanking him for his sacrifice and leadership, the President praised Almighty Allah to grant the former military leader more years and renewed strength. Similarly, Niger State Governor Mohammed Omar Bago salutes elder statesman, exemplary leader and former military president of Nigeria, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, as he turns 84 on 17th of August 2025. In a birthday message, the governor, through his chief press secretary, Bologi Ibrahim, describes the celebrant as a true patriot and a living legend who has dedicated most of his life to serving the country. Governor Bago says General Babangida has demonstrated bravery and patriotism in ensuring the unity, stability, and progress of Nigeria during and after his active service. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu joins family, friends, loved ones, and the Christian community to rejoice with the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, Lord Bishop XTV Adegbite, on his 57th birthday, describing the life of the celebrant as one marked by deep faith in Jesus Christ and the tireless service to God and the country. The First Lady, in a birthday message, says, Bishop Adegbite is a spiritual leader who stands firm in truth and justice, and a patriot championing peace and interfaith harmony across our great nation. Quoting from the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 24, she prays that God's presence keeps the celebrant now and forevermore. The Nigerian Navy says it has recorded 0 case of piracy in the past 5 years. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, said this at the passing out parade of the Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikarutwen, in Akwa Ibom State. Kelvin Samuel reports that a total of 62 young sailors made the list of graduates at the 2025 graduation ceremony.
Latest sequence and tactical display of mastery in armory, confidence, agility, and hope of survivor in difficult situations. These young sailors show proof that anything is possible with hard work and dedication. To young sailor Lawrence Victor, an indigene of Akwa Ibom State who emerged best graduating student, the experience was worthwhile as he promises to give his best in his service to the state and nation.
It was not an easy journey. You know, burning midnight candles, staying awake. We did a lot just to be where I am today. It was not very easy as it looks like. And I'm very happy that I have been able to achieve this feat.
Chief of Naval Staff, represented by the Chief of Administration, Rear Admiral Gabriel Aligwe, while congratulating the new sailors for the feat in academic and military training, reassures the Nigerian Navy's readiness to give its best, not just in the security of Nigerian waterways, but also in providing world-class education for the Nigerian child.
This is a very good grounding for them to fulfill their future careers. And like you see from the performance in the WAEC and school SATs, they all cleared their papers. I mean, they had an excellent result. So that tells you that when you combine discipline with study, you know, you can achieve.
The actualization of this dream after years of robust training is indeed rewarding.
Established in 2018, the one-of-its-kind Nigerian Navy Military School is aimed at improving the proficiency of potential naval personnel by exposing them to naval culture and environment at a young age. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
The National Defense College stands as a strategic institution, not just for knowledge transmission, but for leadership transformation, as it equips the armed forces and security community with leaders who are intellectually agile, strategically aware, and operationally effective. The Commandant National Defense College, Rear Admiral James Okonsu, reaffirmed this to participants of the Course 33 of the college in Abuja. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports that the commandant noted that participants are immersed in a multidisciplinary curriculum that blends military strategy, international relations, economics, and governance. This educational model ensures that officers do not operate in silos, but develop a holistic understanding of national and international security dynamics. Through case studies, simulations, and strategic exercises, the NDC fosters the ability to anticipate threats, make informed decisions under pressure, and contribute meaningfully to national security policy and planning.
A lot of zeal, dedication, steadfastness to carry out the assignment in turning out future strategic leader for our armed forces and all our allied countries. And to them, the nation is indeed very grateful, and they appreciate whatever we are doing, and we believe that we are part of the change agent for the armed forces of Nigeria and also the nation as a whole.
A responsible leader or shepherd is a person who cares, and then one who is also sensitive to the needs of those placed under his or her watch.
By cultivating such qualities, the NDC ensures that national security is guarded by leadership that is proficient at diplomacy and policy, as it is at tactics and command, as necessity in an era marked by hybrid threats, regional instability, and evolving geopolitical landscapes. It's now time to head to Port Harcourt Network Center, where Jenny Bossy is standing by with stories that make the headlines over there. Hello, Jenny. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too, Mina. The Special Prosecution Team of the Interagency Task Force, recently inaugurated by the federal government to investigate and prosecute crimes within the hydrocarbon sector, in collaboration with Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, has raided an illegal oil refining site in Oyubo local government area of Rivers State. Austin Achisanwil reports that the owner of the facility was apprehended and is now in custody for further investigation.
The task force empowered by the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, the Miscellaneous Offences Act, and other relevant environmental and criminal laws has intensified its operations nationwide. Within the period, it has uncovered multiple illegal refining sites, intercepted stolen crude oil shipments, and secured several convictions against offenders. In its latest operation, the Special Prosecution Team, in collaboration with Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, raided an illegal oil refining facility in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, arresting the owner of the site. According to the head investigation Special Prosecution Team, Omar Sini, the crackdown underscores federal government's commitment to protecting national assets and curbing environmental degradation. He noted that so far about 305 suspects have been handed over to the task force by various government security and intelligence agencies, out of which 108 are currently being remanded in prison custody, while 38 cases are ongoing across the Niger Delta states.
Since the commencement of operation of the SPT, particularly on the 1st of March 2025 to date, we've discovered several cooking sites where illegal activities are going on that led to the arrest of suspects, not an interview. Also, we discovered a place where an illegal refinery is going on in the middle of a pig farm. We went there, obtained samples, but the owners refused to show up. Investigation is ongoing, and a lot that, of course, because it's not due for us to, it's not time for us to disclose details, just so that we don't make the case suffer.
With the progress recorded so far by the team, stakeholders believe that these efforts by the federal government can safeguard Nigerians' oil assets, attract more investment, and ensure sustainable growth in the sector. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
RISIEC has unveiled the 2025 voters register for the conduct of local government elections in the state. The register was unveiled at Rumepuricom Civic Center by RISIEC Chairman Michael Ode. Robinson Darataide has details.
The task force empowered by the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, the Miscellaneous Offences Act, and other.
There are some grey areas concerning the local government elections scheduled to hold in Rivers State on 30th August, which stakeholders, including the electorate, needed clarity on. With the unveiling of the 2025 voters register by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, one more issue about the election on 30th August has been cleared. Flanked by directors, RISIEC chairman stressed the agency's commitment to a free and credible election.
It's a part of our resolve to make sure that the local government election is transparent, it is credible, it is peaceful. Interface with the road transport union, even the people in maritime organizations have also done that. And we know the number of boats that are required in every LGA that is riverine, particularly Boni, Bobo, and other areas. So we are on ground. We have sufficient funds.
The team also visited Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, where over 30,000 adult staff are undergoing a 2-day training in preparation for the election. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Darataide, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Port Harcourt. Nationwide will continue after this break.
To Abuja, Bola, we are heading straight to Lagos now, where Awal is standing by. Hello, Awal.
Thank you, Mina. Welcome to Lagos. To protect public health and mitigate the effects of flooding, volunteer organizations partnering with the Lagos State government are championing environmental sanitation advocacy by promoting responsible waste disposal. Joel Popola reports that the awareness at Ajeromi Ifelodun local government also includes street sweeping.
It is the social responsibility of everyone to take care of their environment, but unfriendly environmental attitudes, especially dumping of refuse in drainage channels, is a major threat. This clogged drainage in the boundary area of Ajeromi Ifelodun local government is part of the reasons for the flash floods in Lagos. The volunteers, officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Environment, and environmental health officers swept the streets and cleared the refuse to pave way for a healthy and conducive environment.
Even though Lagos State is still planning to do much more on this activity, but you see, individuals need to know that they have to be responsible for where they are living. People believe that once I've paid my rent to the landlord, I don't have any business. No, you have a lot of business, because what you don't take care of, we always come back to you.
Whatever we are doing, we always educate to prevent and to reduce the level of communicable disease through waste intervention.
The stalls of some traders are either on the drainage channel or blocking the right of way, and this, experts say, is a serious infraction.
If the drainage is not blocked, there will be free flow of water, and it will stop flooding. So that's what we are doing majorly, to create awareness all over Lagos.
Continuous enlightenment and enforcement, the volunteers believe, will achieve the much-needed change. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Contraband worth more than 3 billion naira has been seized in the southwest within a 3-week period. The Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the Nigeria Customs Service says the goods were intercepted during intensified enforcement operations across the region. Correspondent reports that the disclosure was made at FOU Zone A's monthly media briefing.
The Federal Operations Unit Zone A has made 76 interceptions across its jurisdiction. Seized items including over 4,000 bags of foreign rice, 22 used vehicles, 12,000 liters of petrol, 120 bales of used clothing, 57 parcels of cannabis sativa, foreign poultry, and hundreds of jerrycans of vegetable oil. 8 containers with suspected misdeclared cargo, ranging from used shoes to auto parts and alcoholic bitters, were also detained. 13 suspects were arrested, some granted bail, others handed over to relevant agencies.
These seizures underscore the operational capabilities and strategic effectiveness of our operatives. They also reinforce our unwavering resolve to dismantle smuggling networks and confront economic saboteurs whose action threaten national security and undermine the fiscal policies of the federal government.
Meanwhile, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, who was represented at a stakeholder engagement, urged key players to embrace the Authorized Economic Operator Program to enhance trade facilitation, noting that ongoing customs reforms are aligning Nigeria with global best practices and improving ease of doing business.
Those are the reports from Lagos. It's back to Mina in Abuja for more on Nationwide. Mina, it's back to you.
Thank you, Awal. 3 years after launching a manhunt for him over drug trafficking offenses, a 36-year-old notorious drug kingpin has been arrested by the operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in Asaba, Delta State. The suspect was caught while attempting to move 250 blocks of skunk in his distribution bus. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim brings you the NDLEA's weekly update.
The suspect came under searchlight in connection with the seizure of 24.137 kilograms of skunk and 10 grams of molly, but thereafter went underground. However, following credible intelligence, NDLEA operatives in Delta State were able to arrest him along with one of his aides while they were trying to move 250 parcels of skunk for distribution. In Lagos, a 52-year-old woman was arrested with her son by NDLEA operatives in Mushin for storing and distributing 298 blocks of Ghanaian loud, while another suspect was snapped in the Aja area of Lekki, where 8.5 kilograms of Canadian loud, a strain of cannabis, was recovered from their apartment. No less than 128,000 capsules of tramadol were recovered from a suspect who was arrested by NDLEA officers at Jauroja, Tau, Gombe State, while a total of 337,800 capsules of the same pharmaceutical opioid were seized by operatives on patrol along the Okene-Lokoja Highway, Kogi State, from the driver of a commercial bus coming from Onitsha, Anambra State, and heading to Kontagora in Niger State. And at the Port Harcourt Complex, One, River State, a total of 875,000 bottles of codeine-based syrup worth over 6.1 billion naira in street value and 3,500,000 pills of tramadol valued at 1.7 billion naira were recovered from 5 containers under NDLEA intelligence tracking and watch list during joint examination with Customs Service and other security agencies at the West Africa Container Terminal of the port. In Abuja, Sadwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And with road crashes still a major threat to lives across Nigeria, the Federal Road Safety Commission is turning to traditional rulers to help change the narrative. It is for this reason that FRSC decorated the traditional ruler of Obosi and Chairman Anambra Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Chidubem Iweka III, as an honorary special marshal to champion community sensitization and road safety awareness in the state. Maureen Ezokeke reports.
Honorary Special Marshal is one of the highest recognitions of the Federal Road Safety Corps to people with outstanding qualities and societal influence. It is bestowed on leaders of good character, integrity, and service to humanity who have distinguished themselves as symbol of inspiration. The Corps Marshal, represented by the Deputy Corps Marshal Training, Chidebere Nkwanta, said Iwiweka has shown much commitment to the well-being of road users.
We're going to be looking up to him for advice, for direction, for intervention when there are issues, and generally for motivation and encouragement.
He's a very versatile man. He's a disciplinarian. He has been identified with the Corps, and these are the qualities that distinguished him.
FRSC has a deep history in Obosi by reason of the former Corps Marshal of FRSC, Osita Chidoka.
Igwe thanked the FRSC authority for the honor done to him.
I will definitely live up to expectation. I will do what I can to impact on the work of the road safety officers.
The event was held at the palace of the traditional ruler. In Obosi, Maureen Ezokeke, NTA News.
And of Sokoto, Mohammed Saad Abubakar III has sent a congratulatory message to the Alara of Lara Kingdom, Ekpe Division in Lagos State, Oba Olufolarin Olukayode Ogunsawo Telade IV, on the occasion of his 5th coronation anniversary on the throne. Oba Ogunsawo was officially coronated when the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, presented him with the staff of office and instruments of office as the Alara of Ilara Kingdom on Sunday, August 16, 2020. The Sultan joins millions of well-wishers to extend warmest congratulations on the momentous occasion of the 5th coronation anniversary as the Alara of Ilara Kingdom, Lagos State. He said these past 5 years have witnessed steadfast commitment to delivering exceptional service and guiding his people with the dignity and wisdom that traditional leadership embodies. His reign, according to the Sultan, has significantly contributed to the progress and well-being of the Ilara Kingdom in particular, Lagos State and Nigeria in general. As he celebrates his milestone, the Sultanate offers heartfelt prayers to Almighty God, who appointed Oba Ogunsawo to guide and protect him always with continued strength, good health, enhanced wisdom, and the prosperity necessary to fulfill his noble responsibilities. The Kebbi State government has announced the death of the Emir of Zuru, Major General Mohammed Sami II, retired. Kebbi State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Alhaji Garba Umar Dunsimari, in a press release, disclosed that the monarch died after a brief illness in a London hospital at the age of 81. He left behind 4 wives and 7 children. The Kebbi state government in the release extends its heartfelt condolences to his immediate family, Zuru Emirate Council, the people of Zuru, and the entire people of Kebbi state. Burial arrangements will be announced in due course. President Bola Tinubu has sent a message of condolence to the family and associates of business leader, politician, and sports promoter Alhaji Ishaku Ibrahim, who died on Saturday at 88 in Abuja. Alhaji Ibrahim hailed from Wamba in Nasarawa State. The late businessman was an influential chieftain of the defunct National Party of Nigeria, NPN, and the Second Republic. During the transition to civil rule in 1998, he joined other notable politicians to form the People's Democratic Party, PDP. President Tinubu acknowledged the deceased's contribution to Nigeria through his chain of businesses, political involvement, and community leadership. President Tinubu condoles with the government and the people of Nasarawa State and prayed for the soul of the late maverick politician. Sports update is next with Suleiman Musa.
The 2025 AfroBasket is set for one of its most anticipated encounters as Nigeria's The Tigers, in less than an hour, lock horns with Cameroon's senior men's national team in a decisive Group B showdown in Luanda. Both sides head into the clash unbeaten after 2 games each. To football, 4 clubs, including USF, Karu, New Karu, and Apple Fitness, have booked their spots in the semi-finals of the All-Stars Veteran Football Tournament playing at the main bowl of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. In a thrilling encounter Saturday, USF brought out the biggest surprise of the weekend, stunning defending champions, ex-professionals, to qualify. Now the stage is set for an unforgettable semi-final showdown on Saturday, August 23, as New Karu All-Stars takes on giant killers USF, and Karu All-Stars slog it out with Apple Fitness Club.
We have done what naturally we couldn't do before now as All-Stars, but it is testament that hard work pays.
Going forward, I tend to make my team more relaxed when we are playing football so that we don't be so inquisitive in getting the goal, but rather optimizing all our chances to see we come out victorious.
Yeah, it was a battle out there. We knew it was going to be tough. We didn't expect an easier game, but we had the confidence and believed we could do it.
Elsewhere, the just concluded Sport Fiesta, organized for course 33 participants of the Defense Headquarters, featured exciting contests across different sports. The commandant's team defeated the participants' team 3-2 in football and also claimed victories in table tennis and tug of war.
You will be happy to know that for us in the armed forces, we are committed to developing sports and recreational activities for all our personnel.
The sporting event was designed to promote physical fitness among personnel. With sport update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Thank you, Suleiman. And that's Nationwide for today. Many thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.